Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. I just want to do a quick update. There's something I've noticed and I wanted to point it out. I'll just get rid of some of this jargon here so we can kind of see a little bit better. But Zcash is one that I got into. I got in, I think it was this day here, and I got stopped out around about here. So I took a little bit of a loss there, even after I had a little bit of a gain. But this is the sort of result that I was expecting. Now, I've been in and had a look at a few things with Zcash, and I'll just show you what I've noticed. And if I'm just going to get rid of those there. Now, what I'm expecting here, whether I get it or not, I don't know, but what I'm expecting and what I've seen is that if I can draw a line, I think it's from this one here. Oh yeah, there we go. Don't worry about it. We've got one drawn. Actually, I'm going to get rid of all that stuff and start again. So that line there that I was talking about, this is on the weekly chart now, see? So we can kind of see that, like big money's all over this. This is orchestrated. We can kind of, see this by, perfect touch there. It's gone fraction over there. Nice touch like that, and we've broken through. Now we're broken through. There's a lot of selling volume that's happening around here. So we don't really know what's going on in the market at the moment. We don't, at the moment, what we do know is that Bitcoin is trading, it's giving some pretty serious reversal signals. It's come here below the 200, below the 50 and the 9, attempted the 9, had a shooting star reversal back below the 9, and it's done the same again. So this is a very, very tricky sort of a position to be in, but really at the end of the day, we should not be buying anything going long now with this uncertainty happening, especially with the longs that have just failed. So as we can see, we've come down below the 50, attempted the 50 failed, attempted the 50 failed, and back below the 9. So we've had two attempts, and everyone can see this, or the big money can see this. And so you can see there's massive indecision here. So what's going to happen? And stochastics are actually oversold at this stage here, but they've gone up and there's weakness already, which is not very good. There's a potential that we could be coming back down to 29.5, or even back down to these levels down here, down to 20 and a bit thousand. Okay, so there's another Bitcoin. So we know that Bitcoin, there's problems with Bitcoin. It's not strong. It's at the moment just kind of sitting there and wondering what it's going to do. So now let's have a look at Zcash. I'll go back to Zcash again. I'll turn that back on. So here we've got this, we can see it. It's beautiful. And so it goes up like that. So here we've come down and gone straight below the 50 and the 9. We've come back up, attempted the 9 and didn't work. And now we've come back up. And so here, this is almost like, it's not a shooting star, because shooting stars are a lot better at the top of a trend, not down here. This is like a, almost a spinning top shooting star looking sort of thing, but it's too low. Now we've kind of gone up here. What I'm expecting, and whether this happens or not, I don't know. No one knows what the market's going to do, but this is looking like a pretty good situation for me. And especially Zcash is the only real one that's getting like good amounts of strength at this moment. So if we were to have a trading all the way up to here, so I've got an alert set there at 147.16. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be that. You can go up or down a couple of dollars. It doesn't matter. Even push it up to the 50. Let's have a look at the 50 at this stage right here. So it's at 153. Oh, hang on, that's a little bit high there. So the 50. No, it's saying 153.87. So there you go. 153.87 is where that is there. So I'm actually going to mark that, or a little bit closer to that. Yep, 153.87. So I'm expecting that this could come up to here, up to the 50, or even that trend line. See, if it comes up to here, and then if it gives us a green to red move next week, or in the next couple of days or something like that, it might be worthwhile going short, because at the moment we're looking like, well, we just had a look at Bitcoin, so we kind of know what Bitcoin's doing. But I am going to be waiting for this and watching it very closely every day at 10 o'clock, just to make sure that, is it in this kind of a trading range? If it goes up to here, at the moment it's showing good strength, but it's showing good strength up to a major resistance level, a major trend line, and the 50. And so if it comes up to here, I'll be looking on the daily chart for any reversals like green to red on the last day. So let's just keep that in mind as to where they are. Let's go back to the daily now and have a quick look there. And, we can see we've had a great pop. Look at that beautiful volume, all that sort of stuff. And, we are making higher highs and higher lows with this here. Actually, no, we are not making higher highs yet with this here. We've got a low, a high, higher low. We don't have a higher high yet, but we do have a massive candle, massive volume. You know, it's looking good. It's looking pretty good. But we know that these two lines up here are our weekly resistance levels. So big money is going to be watching this very, very closely. And look at this. All of a sudden, we have the 200 here on the daily chart as well. So we can see here that it found support. You know, well, let's go back here. The 200 means something to Zcash. 200 on the 200 on the 200, 200 came down, attempted the 200 and back down. So what's going to happen here? Are we going to come up and have a pop to the 200 or potential, you know, to the 200? We'll have to wait and see. But if we do end up coming up to the 200, and you know, like check this out here. If we come up to the 200 with a, you know, a kind of a weak looking progression candle like that, like have a look at this here. We got, you know, a huge advance, which is good, and we've got increasing volume. But have a look at the candles; they get smaller and smaller while the volume's increasing, which is basically saying that there's a lot of sellers in these candles here as well. And here we've got like a hangman spinning top, and then we've got straight away and engulfing straight back closing below the 50. What's that mean? So, you know, we could go short here with our stops just above there, which is something that I would have definitely done. And then up here and then down here. But then again, I wasn't watching Zcash back at that time anyway. You know, but this is the sort of trade that I love to, you know, get involved in, and the same here. And here, but you know, like, and also when it turns around, I like to get involved in these trades here, and which I did, and I got stopped out. But should I have gotten stopped out really? Like I should have had my stops below here, which would have been a fair way away, but I think I had my stops just, you know, below the halfway mark, and then look what happened, straight back below the 50 and then up, you know. So are we going to be going straight to the 200 and then give us reversal signals back below? Because we know that Zcash does respond well to the 200, or has done recently. So what are we going to do here? We're going to, you know, back up to resistance and support, or up to the 200, which would kind of make more sense, you know, because they're on the weekly and the daily charts as well. So I'll be watching this, you know, this price market very closely just to see what happens there. Actually, I'm going to put one out the 200 there, just another alert like that. And so as soon as it reaches up around these prices here, if it does, because if it doesn't, there's no trade, we won't be getting in. But if it does go up there and gives us reversals, something like this here, well, you know, it's kind of like a no-brainer. You know, is this leg one down, leg two up somewhere around here, and then, you know, leg three going to be going down, you know, to, you know, drastic levels? Who knows? But we do know that we're trading below, you know, major, you know, like this has been going on for a long time. So money can see this very, very clearly. And, you know, and that's what I'm looking at this stage here. We can see here it's gone up, and then we even had an attempt there, and it was a smaller attempt in this one here, and it failed. Now we're below the major moving averages, and, you know, what's going to happen here? I'm actually expecting a potential failure, and I'll be looking for it. And if we do get it, I'll be taking advantage of that, I believe, at this stage, depending on how it shows up. I mean, if it shows up looking something like this here, I'm going to be in it for sure. If it shows up, you know, like all this sort of indecision here, but I want it to come up near the 200. You know, I want it to be up here around these areas here. If I do get that pop, I will definitely be looking for reversals at that area, with my stops a fair way away too. Anyway, traders, a little bit of green, but you know, it doesn't really mean all that much to me at the moment. You know, because really at the end of the day, you can go through and have a look at all these, and they're still kind of saying the same thing. You know, we're trading below the major moving averages, and there's no real reason to be in this market. You know, look at it. It's down, up, attempted. You know, like this is scrappy trading. We can see here that the entry that I got there, would I take it again? Absolutely, I'll take it again. You know, this entry here, you have a look at it. When the 9 is low, high, high, low, we didn't actually make the higher high, but we had a good breakout. It was a very good attempt. And the thing is, this hasn't failed yet. We still haven't gone below the swing low of this breakout candle here. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, we're still in the game. And you can kind of see here that there's resistance, or sorry, support at this area. But what will we do? At the moment, it's still looking very negative. We've found support in a negative environment. So that's just about all it is. Anyway, traders, I hope you have a good day. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help. Always here. Talk to you again soon. See you.